Of course, the big story is out there is that Sean Hannity is somehow implicated in in Michael Cohen. The real shocker is that anyone could actually type or, I guess, dictate the words, "This is a test for Sean Hannity's integrity as a journalist." Like there are actually people out there who are like, wow, Sean Hannity, this could be trouble for him. He did not disclose that he was compromised in some fashion. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around that. The guy is literally an advisor for Donald Trump and has been the entire time.
Nobody has Sean Hannity.
Nobody listened to
Nobody has Sean Hannity.
Nobody has Sean Hannity.
Do you remember that GIF that was going around of a dog holding a phone and it was waiting for Sean Hannity to get some answers?
But the question is, all right, so this is the long and short of it. And we'll get into more of this in a moment. But the long and short of it is this, that I would also add that Michael Cohen, not very good at picking lawyers. But apparently they were in court. The President Trump and Cohen want dibs on the evidence that the Southern District of New York investigators found as they essentially raided all of his domiciles, Cohen's. And in the course of that, Cohen had to reveal that he had 3 clients in the past 2 years. One was Donald Trump. Another was a major Republican donor. For both these guys, what Michael Cohen did is basically provide hush money to women who were claiming to have had sexual relations with his clients. So he says he has a third client. The third client does not want his name revealed and is exercising lawyer-client privilege. The court says, the following. I don't understand the argument that just because this undisclosed client consulted with Mr. Cohen, that's somehow embarrassing or an invasion of privacy. That's not enough under case law. And I don't understand it factually. I understand that he doesn't want his name out there, but that's not enough under the law. In other words, the court is saying, I'm compelling you to answer this question, and you're telling me, well, he doesn't want his name revealed because it's embarrassing. And I'm telling you that's like, that we're in a grown-up courtroom. That doesn't count.
I have a very strong objection. Embarrassing.
So the lawyer for Cohen says, well, I understand, Your Honor. I mean, we understand, Mr. Cohen, and frankly, derivatively, our ethical obligations to be as we laid them out in our letter this morning. But if the court disagrees and rules against us, we'll do whatever the court directs us to do. In other words, he's saying, we just want to make sure that Cohen doesn't get disbarred by revealing the name. He's not really protecting his friend. He's protecting himself. But if you tell us that we're obligated to do it and my client won't get disbarred, we'll tell you. And the court says, yeah, I'm directing you to disclose the name now. And in other words, do you want me to take the stand and say it, or should I just give you a piece of paper that you told me to write? And the court says, whatever you feel most comfortable with. And then the lawyer says, Sean Hannity. That was it. And then Sean Hannity gets on the radio and he's like, I don't understand why everybody's making such a big deal of this. He's one of 3 clients. Here's a guy who's been doing the news for 25 years, maybe more. And he doesn't understand why it's a big deal. And for whatever reason, Cohen says he's one of 3 clients. And then Hannity's like, I'm not a client. I just asked some questions and asked for attorney-client privilege. And maybe I gave him $10 to seal the deal. This is just weird. I don't think you actually have to pay to assume attorney-client privilege. I don't think that money has to exchange. I think you have to have some type of agreement, probably in writing, just like a letter of, I'm going to waive my fee or whatever. I'm going to do, because certainly you can do pro bono work for somebody, and I don't know why Sean Hannity needs pro bono work. He gets paid like $30 million a year. Now, granted, that doesn't go as far as it used to. You can taxes are very high apparently on $30 million. But here's Sean Hannity on the radio. He can't imagine why there's such a hubbub about this.
I guess he did some type of work for some Republican guy, so he's figuring, he must have did a big settlement case for Hannity. That's not what happened, ever.
It's pretty
I was never
upsetting.
involved with any matter between me and any third party. That was, no. Like, for example, I have all sorts of lawyers, some of which people would know their names. I just think it's hilarious that, I have 15 million messages flying in and emails flying in even as we speak.
Oh, I know. I have them too.
But by the way, I think that it just shows that Michael was doing his due diligence and being totally thorough about anybody that he might have had attorney-client privilege with. But I mean, in terms of anything of any significance, none. Zero. I mean, what else can you say?
I mean, if there's no significance to anything they discussed, I'm sure there would be no problem in waiving that attorney-client privilege. Sean just asked me whether or not he should secure a title for his new house in the Hamptons. That's all. And I said yes. It was a friendly.
I mean, what else can you say except that, okay, I never gave him a retainer, never received an invoice, never paid any fees. I might have handed him $10. I definitely want you attorney-client privilege on this, something like that. I requested that privilege with him. When I would ask him, well, this just came up. What do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? I assumed, and obviously he assumed, and he kept his word, that they were confidential on attorney-client. But I never had any matter with him between me and any third party. How is it possible that NBC and ABC goes absolutely, and MSNBC and CNN goes absolutely off the rails over a simple thing like that?
All right, pause it. I know how, because Cohen said your name in the courtroom, and he did not say over almost 300 million other Americans' names. There was just 3 names, and that's how that happened.